Fun fact about me, after 30 years of sewing, I still cannot sew a straight line. At least not without training wheels. Okay, so maybe not training wheels, but these guided feet are my absolute saving grace whenever it comes to top stitching. I just about spit on myself there. Get it together, Stephanie. These are especially handy when I am sewing jeans and want a really nice contrasting color top stitch. Not maybe the most ideal thing for somebody to sew who struggles with top stitching the way I do, but these are what make it work, 100%. Now, my sewing machine that I got these with came with a quilting package. So there is like a 1/4 inch foot and an edge stitch foot. Both of these are incredibly helpful. And when you think about jeans, I'm going to talk about jeans a lot because this is where I really, really need these. And you have like the double line. So I wind up using my edge stitcher to do right on, obviously, the edge of my seam. And then I use my 1/4 incher to do that second row. And because I have both of these and I use both of these, I can get pretty flawless. Okay, no, let's not use that word. That's not accurate at all. I get pretty good top stitching. All right, this one is my edge stitch foot and I absolutely love this one. This is probably my favorite. You can see the guide actually goes past where your needle is going to go through the foot. So your fabric is really well supported and guided all the way through. I'm not going to say it's impossible to mess it up when you're using this because I have managed to, I excel at messing up top stitching, but it's really hard because it is guided so nicely all the way past your needle. The next one I have here, this is my 1/4 inch quilting foot. And so you can see actually how worn away it is because I use this thing so much. And so for this one, you get a 1/4 inch if you bring your needle down in that center hole. And then you get it about another 1/8 of an inch if you go through that hole. So you have a little bit of wiggle room if you want a little bit more than a 1/4 inch. And on jeans, I often end up using like that extra 1/8 of an inch. But, do you necessarily have to run out and buy these particular feet? No. We're going to talk about some other options just because you might have other ones lying around and you might not want to have to go and run out and buy these particular ones. All right, now I want to bring up, because I know quite a few of you have this same set because I showed it off when I got mine, and so many of you said that you had the same set. Actually, hang on. Can I just tap dance on a tangent here just for a second? Who decided that the map goes on the bottom, like underneath? Like you have to take it off. You can't flip this over to... Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry for my outburst. There are a couple of feet in here that will work, but there are some that look like they'd be good guided feet, but they're not, because some guided feet the guides are to help you guide the fabric through the machine, but other guided feet are to help you guide the thing you're trying to sew onto the fabric, okay? Now this one looks like it should do the job because you can see there's that metal guide right there, right? But no, it's a tricky one. When you flip it over, you can see there is no center guide. Like the guide is there, but it doesn't come all the way through. So the fabric that you're pushing under your foot is not going to be guided by that. This is actually a guided foot for putting on fringe. And that's why there's this thick groove, because that is about the thickness of the top of fringe. But there are a couple in this set that will work if you don't have any other guided feet. Hey, if you made it to this point in the video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. It really does help me in the whole world of the YouTubes, and I really appreciate it. Okay, so there is actually a 1/4 inch quilting foot in here. It looks a little bit different to mine, but, and truth be told, when I measure it, actually measure it, it's a little bit more than a 1/4 inch, but it would still give you a nice straight line. That's the point with this whole spiel. I mean, the one nice thing about this one is the guide is actually longer, like coming out ahead of the foot. So I guess it gives you sort of a bit more of an edge to get your fabric lined up before it goes under the foot. Okay, then we have this one on the box of mine. It's just called a sewing presser foot. Aren't they all? The only bummer about this one compared to my edge stitch foot is your guide for your fabric only goes right up to, like it doesn't go beyond where your needle is going to be punching through your fabric. So there's a little bit less of a guide there. I'm not honestly sure how much that would really make a difference. And then we have the edge joining foot. And I think this one could be really helpful too. And you can see there's the guide going right to the needle, but not beyond the needle. Well, there we go. That is my secret to having good top stitching and edge stitching, because I cannot on my own. I need the training wheels. And you know what? That's one of the great things about sewing is there are all these like little tools and tricks that you can use to help elevate your sewing in areas where you struggle. And we all struggle somewhere. Like I said, I've been sewing for over 30 years. I still struggle with top stitching. So if there are things that you are struggling with in your sewing journey, it's okay. I get it. We all get it. We all have that thing that we struggle with. All right, I will see you back here in 2 weeks' time with another sewing video. Have a good one.